You know that feeling? The hours between finishing work and actually going to bed just sort of disappear. It's like a black hole of time that leaves you feeling totally drained. But what if those few hours could actually be your most powerful tool for a better, more productive life? Well, that's exactly what we're going to dig into.
So let's just start with a really direct question. Think about last night. How did your evening leave you feeling? Did you wake up this morning feeling recharged and ready to go? Or did it feel like you were already behind the second your feet hit the floor? Now that answer, that's at the very heart of what we're talking about today.
And hey, if that exhaustion sounds familiar, you are so not alone. This quote just nails it, right? That end of a marathon level of tired. But here's the thing. What we choose to do when we're in that state of exhaustion, well, that makes all the difference. And that leads us right into this trap, something we can call the evening rut. It's that unintentional, default mode so many of us slip into without even realizing it's happening. So here's the real difference. On one side, you've got the accidental evening. This is just pure reaction mode, right? Mindless scrolling, which leads to crummy sleep, which leaves you drained and cranky in the morning. But on the other side, that's the intentional evening. This is all about making conscious choices. Purposeful relaxation leads to quality rest, and you wake up feeling energized and focused. It's a totally different ballgame.
And this isn't just about feeling a little tired. This whole evening rut thing has massive professional consequences. I mean, a staggering 76% of employees experience burnout. And a huge piece of that puzzle is our inability to properly disconnect and recharge at night.
So why on earth does this keep happening? Well, think of your willpower like your phone battery. By the end of a long day, you're in the red. And that is when your tired present self just takes over. You default to the path of least resistance. Endless scrolling, binge watching, you name it. Your habits win, because honestly, your good intentions are just too exhausted to put up a fight.
But okay, here's the good news. This is not a life sentence. We can absolutely change this. It's all about making a strategic shift, something we can call the power of the pivot. It's about changing our whole perspective on what an evening is even for.
First things first, we need to stop thinking of an evening routine as just another chore on the to-do list. It's not an endpoint, it's a bridge. It's that vital transition from the chaos of your day, your outer world, to the calm of your night, your inner one.
And when you actually build that bridge, the benefits are huge. You start to clear out all that mental clutter from the day. You support your body's natural sleep rhythm, which of course improves your sleep quality. You get a real sense of closure and calm. And maybe the biggest payoff of all, you reduce decision fatigue for the next day. You're setting yourself up to win before you even wake up.
All right, so we get the why. Now let's get to the fun part, the how. Let's get practical and open up your Wind Down Toolkit. These are simple, proven strategies you can literally start using tonight. Let's kick this off with a pretty fascinating piece of research from Baylor University. They found a simple 5-minute trick that helps people fall asleep, on average, 9 minutes faster. Now I know, 9 minutes might not sound like a lot, but to put it in perspective, that's comparable to the effect of some prescription sleep meds.
So what's actually going on here? Well, as the study's lead author explains, when we try to sleep, our brains don't just shut down. Instead, most of us just lie there, cycling through all the things we have to do tomorrow, worrying about all those unfinished tasks.
And the solution is almost laughably simple. You offload those worries. Before bed, just take 5 minutes and write down everything you need to do tomorrow. And the research found that the more specific you are with those tasks, the faster you fall asleep. You're literally taking the thoughts out of your head and putting them on paper, so your brain can finally let go.
Okay, but what if you're thinking, I have a routine, but it's still not working? Well, here are 5 common reasons why and how to fix them. First, lock in a consistent start time. You need to cue your brain that it's time to wind down. Second, create a 15-minute buffer zone to transition out of work mode. Third, sequence your activities. Start with something more engaging and move toward things that are more calming. Fourth, optimize your environment. Dim the lights, cool the room down. And finally, focus fully on one thing instead of trying to multitask your relaxation. Sticking with that idea of offloading thoughts, another really powerful tool is an evening journal. I like to think of it as a mental unload. It's a dedicated space to process the day so you're not trying to do it while you're lying in bed staring at the ceiling.
And if you're staring at a blank page wondering what to even write about, don't worry. These prompts are a fantastic starting point. Just ask yourself, what were the highlights today? What challenges did I run into? What am I grateful for? And what are my top 1 or 2 goals for tomorrow? Just a few minutes on these can bring a really profound sense of closure. All right, this next one might be the biggest game changer of all, swapping your screens for some actual self-care. It's not just that the blue light messes with your sleep, the content itself keeps your brain buzzing. So instead, try reading a physical book, taking a warm bath, doing some light stretches, or just having a real conversation with your partner.
And all of this work, all these little changes, they lead us right here to our final section, which is really the whole point of this entire process, the morning payoff. Because a better evening was never just about the night itself.
Now, if you take one thing away from all this, let it be this. A great evening is not about perfection. It is not realistic to have some picture-perfect Instagram-worthy wind down every single night. It's about preparation. It's about using your evening as a launch pad to set up your mind and body for a successful next day.
It's brilliant psychology when you think about it. When you plan your night, you're tapping into your strong future self, the rested, motivated version of you. You're making commitments that your tired present self, the one who just wants to scroll through their phone, would never agree to. You're building a system where success becomes the default.
So that leaves us with one final and really the only question that matters right now. This is not about overhauling your entire life, it's about one small step. Looking at everything we've just covered, what is the one tiny little change you are going to make to your evening starting tonight?